Sam Neill, dead at 78. Just after midnight, a message went up on his own Instagram page, written by the people who loved him most. It opened with a single word in Māori that most of us have never heard before. By the time you finish this video, you'll never forget what it means. In the next few minutes, you'll hear his family's exact words, the health battle he just won weeks earlier, and the one detail from his final months that's made even seasoned entertainment reporters go quiet today. Stay with me. This one's different. Sam Neill died on Monday in Sydney at the age of 78. His family says it was sudden, unexpected. Nobody saw it coming, including, it seems, Sam himself. The statement was posted to his own social media account, and it began with the word whānau. That's the Māori word for family, for the people who are yours no matter what. His family wrote that he was surrounded by the people he loved, and that he passed with the same quiet dignity he carried through his entire life. They thanked the staff at St. Vincent's Private Hospital in Sydney for their care in his final hours. And then came the line that's stopping people mid-scroll today. They said the loss was sudden, but that it was blessed by the fact that Sam remained cancer-free. That single sentence tells you there's a much bigger story here. And it starts 3 months ago. Back in 2023, Sam Neill quietly told the world something devastating. He had stage 3 blood cancer, a rare and aggressive type called angioimmunoblastic T-cell lymphoma. He wrote about it in his memoir, with the same dry humor he brought to every interview, saying he wasn't afraid to die, it would just annoy him. For 2 years he fought it. Then, in April of this year, he shared the news everyone had been praying for. He'd taken part in an Australian clinical trial, and it had worked. He was cancer-free. He said he was very, very excited. For 3 months, it looked like Sam Neill had beaten it. And then, this week, he was gone anyway. Not from the cancer, but suddenly, unexpectedly, with the disease nowhere in his body. If that timeline doesn't break your heart a little, wait until you hear who this man was before any of us ever knew his name. Here's something most fans never knew. Sam Neill wasn't even born Sam. He came into the world as Nigel John Dermot Neill in a small town in Northern Ireland in 1947. When he was 7, his family packed up and moved to the other side of the planet, to Christchurch, New Zealand. At school, there were so many other boys named Nigel that he started going by Sam instead, and it just stuck. But here's the part that really gets people. Sam Neill had a severe stutter as a child. He never once imagined a life on camera, speaking lines in front of millions of people. He went to university to study English, not acting. He didn't even know what he wanted to do with his life. The boy who could barely finish a sentence would go on to share the screen with Meryl Streep, Nicole Kidman, and Steven Spielberg's dinosaurs. Let that sink in for a second. His break came in 1977, in a small New Zealand film called Sleeping Dogs. 2 years later, he starred opposite Judy Davis in My Brilliant Career, and Hollywood started paying attention. Then came the role that made him a household name everywhere from Ohio to Yorkshire. Dr. Alan Grant in Jurassic Park, 1993. He'd returned to that character twice more, most recently in 2022's Jurassic World Dominion, nearly 30 years after he first ran from a T-Rex. In between, he was everywhere. The submarine thriller Hunt for Red October, the haunting drama The Piano. He played the ruthless Major Chester Campbell in Peaky Blinders. He even poked fun at his own fame, playing an actor pretending to be Odin in the Thor movies. And in 2016, An entire new generation fell in love with him as the grumpy foster uncle in Hunt for the Wilder People. His very last screen roles were in Netflix's Untamed and the drama series The 12, released just last year. But if you ask the people who actually knew him, they won't start with any of those movies. They'll start with a sheep or a ferret. Away from the cameras, Sam Neill spent most of his life on a sprawling farm in New Zealand, where he ran his own organic vineyard, 2 paddocks, which he started back in 1993. He wasn't chasing a fortune. He once joked that his friends would drink pretty much anything, so making a good Pinot Noir wasn't exactly hard. He had this wonderful habit of naming his farm animals after his Hollywood friends. He once told an interviewer, heartbreakingly and hilariously in the same breath, that Meryl Streep, his sheep, had been killed by a ferret, and he'd simply found her as a pile of feathers one day. That was Sam. Funny, self-deprecating, completely unbothered by his own fame. He was married twice and leaves behind 4 children and 8 grandchildren. And he wasn't just a family man, he was also a passionate environmentalist. Just this year, he released a short documentary opposing a massive industrial gold mine planned for the region he loved most, the hills of Central Otago. This was a man who, even while quietly fighting cancer, was still out there fighting for something bigger than himself. And today, the tributes for that kind of life are pouring in from everywhere. Within hours, tributes started coming from people who knew him best. Fellow New Zealand actor Carl Urban called him a national treasure who gave so much to New Zealand and to the world. New Zealand's Prime Minister, Christopher Luxon, said Neill helped build an entire film industry out of almost nothing, taking New Zealand's stories to the world for more than 50 years. Australia's Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, paid tribute too, praising the dignity, humour, and conviction Neill carried through his illness. He was made an Officer of the Order of the British Empire back in 1991, and in 2022, he finally accepted a knighthood in New Zealand, a title he'd turned down for years because he thought it sounded far too grand. Just last year, accepting a Lifetime Screen Legend Award, he summed up his own career with the same modesty he was known for his whole life. And back in 2023, reflecting on 30 years since Jurassic Park, he said something that feels almost unbearably fitting now. It's been a very happy, surprising life. 7 words. That's the whole story, really. He beat the cancer. He got to say he was free of it. And then, without any warning at all, he was gone. Surrounded by his family, in a hospital he thanked by name, at the end of a life he himself called happy and surprising. Sam Neill spent 50 years making the rest of us feel something. Fear in a jungle full of dinosaurs. Heartbreak on a beach in the piano. Laughter on a New Zealand farm with a sheep named after his best friend. Today, it's our turn to feel something for him. Rest easy, Sam, and thank you. If this brought back memories, you are going to want to see the last interview he ever gave, where he opened up about facing his diagnosis with the same humor he brought to everything else in his life. It's linked right here, and trust me, it's worth every minute. Tap it before you go.